Nice. We are live. Welcome back to day two. I just want to say welcome back to day two of Command the Room from fear to freedom in public speaking. Let's start with a lyric from Jasmine Sullivan's song called Mona Lisa that truly sets the tone for today. So there's a lyric in the song that says, "My flaws don't look so bad at all. What was I so afraid of?" Oh, let me turn this off so it stopped making all the noises. Stop making all the noises. So I'll read that lyric again to you. There's a lyric from Jasmine Sullivan's song Masterpiece or Mona Lisa that says, "My flaws don't look so bad at all. What was I so afraid of?" That's what owning your authentic voice is about. It's about recognizing your story, your voice, and yes, even your imperfections are all part of what makes you unique. I'm Kenya, your public speaking coach, and today we're diving into the power of authenticity because your voice is your superpower. It very much is mine as a singer, performer, musician, public speaking coach, but it's also your superpower. Yesterday, we tackled fear and we learned how to reframe it as energy that is fuel. We took that fear and we made it be fuel. Today, we're stepping into the light and we're embracing your authenticity to connect with your audience. That's what we're doing today. So, your voice is more than just the words that you speak. It's how you connect with others, it's how you inspire action, and it's also how you build trust. Authenticity is the bridge between your message and your audience. It's the thing that makes you magnetic. Your authenticity makes you magnetic. Go ahead, Ella, move around how you need to. But let's be honest, authenticity can feel risky. What if people don't like the real you? Like, what if they see me? If they really see me, are they really going to like me? If they can see the real me? Whew, that is real. What if people don't like the real you? That's a real fear that a lot of us have. What if your story feels too small or insignificant? Or maybe your story feels too big for people to consume. Or maybe you feel like your story is just too messy. Here's the truth: when you own your voice, you invite others to do the same. Your story isn't just yours, it's the connection that your audience needs. And before we dive deeper, let's address why authenticity can feel so difficult. Let's talk about it. So, some of the common barriers of people showing up as their most authentic self include number one, fear of judgment. I'm just saying, I'm just saying. People are going to judge you anyway, so you might as well lead with who you really are. They're going to judge you regardless. So if you're always thinking, what will people think of me? That fear of judgment is a blocker, it's a barrier. Number two, comparison. I know you may have heard that saying that comparison is the thief of joy. And you may be thinking, well, my story isn't as impressive as this person's story, or my story is a little bit too much as compared to this other person's story. Stop comparing yourself to other people. That is their race to run, and you are running your own race. Here's the third thing that is a common barrier that people have as it relates to showing up as your most authentic self. And this is one that I've seen it. I've seen it. I may know a little bit about it. And it's perfectionism. That feeling of I got to get everything just right. I need everything to be just so. So again, those three common barriers that keep people from showing up as their most authentic self are number one, fear of judgment, number two, comparison, and number three, perfectionism. And if that sounds familiar to you, I want to let you know that the more authentic you are, the more magnetic your message becomes. People are drawn to the realness, not the perfection. We crave connection, not discord. So I want you to take a moment to reflect. What is one internal belief or external barrier that holds you back from being authentic and showing up as your most authentic self? I invite you to write that down, write that reflection down, because we're going to reframe that in just a second. What is that one internal belief or what is that one external barrier that holds you back from being your most authentic self when you're presenting publicly? Write it down because we're going to reframe that. Let's say, for example, that your barrier is, I worry my story isn't relatable. Maybe that's your barrier. I worry that my story isn't relatable. The reframe for this is, my story connects with the people that it's meant to. The ones that have the ears to hear will receive. And if it doesn't apply, the other folks are going to let it fly. So if you're feeling like, oh, my story, I don't think anybody else can relate to my story. Nobody else has been where I've been. Nobody else has experienced the things that I've experienced. I'm here to tell you, we are more alike than we are different. We are more connected than we are disjointed. The ones who need to hear your story will receive it. And you need to know that your story connects with the people that it's meant to. Okay? Drop your reframe belief in the chat. I really want to celebrate with you because we're taking a step towards really owning your voice, your most authentic voice. Your voice is a masterpiece. Jasmine Sullivan sings, every part of me is beautiful, and I finally see I'm a work of art, a masterpiece. She sings it so beautifully. And I want you to know that your story is a masterpiece too. A lot of times we will hide parts of our story thinking that it's not valuable or it's not polished enough or that it's just going to present in an ugly fashion. But your audience does not want perfection. They want your authenticity. They want you. They want you to show up and they want you to share. So when you share your authentic voice, you're creating space where people feel seen, heard, and understood. That's really important. So let's take a moment to create what I want to call your story snapshot in 3 sentences. I like working with things in groups of 3. There's science that backs up why working in groups of 3 is really good for the human brain. We're just drawn to it. We love it. We like it that way. But I'm going to help you to create your story snapshot in 3 sentences. So in 3 sentences, you're going to write down 1 sentence about a challenge. You're going to write down a sentence about a challenge or a fear that you faced. So I want to know who you were. Who did you used to be? Because the Takenya of today is grateful for the Takenya of yesterday. Because the Takenya of yesterday is preparing me to be the Takenya of tomorrow. I honor that Takenya, that version of me. She was doing the best that she could with the knowledge that she had. And she is a reflection of the Takenya of today. The Takenya of today is looking forward to the Takenya of tomorrow. And I want to see, who were you? Who did you used to be? Maybe this is your example. I used to be terrified of public speaking and avoided opportunities to share my ideas. Maybe that's who you used to be. Maybe that's who you are right now. But we're going to write a new story today. What's 1 sentence about what you did to get through that change? What did you overcome? How did you overcome it? So you're going to write 1 sentence about what you did to grow or change. What did you do to grow or change? So I want to know who you were, what you overcame, and what you offer now. Let's break this down again. Groups of 3s. Who you were. I used to be terrified of public speaking and avoided opportunities to share my ideas. What you overcame. One day, I decided to face my fear by speaking at a small community event, and it changed everything for me. What you offer now. Now I help others find their voice and share their stories with confidence. So that's just a brief exercise that I call your story snapshot. And I want to see, I'd like for you to go ahead and write your story snapshot in the comments. Put it in the chat below, or you can keep it to yourself because sometimes everything ain't for everybody. Sometimes it's just for you. Your story matters either way because it's the foundation of how you connect with others. Now, authenticity doesn't just mean telling your story, it means showing up as yourself. How you dress, how you speak, how you move, they all reflect your authentic voice. Here's 3 ways, there's those threes coming back again. Here are 3 ways to weave your personality into your delivery. Number 1, use your natural tone and your language. Don't force yourself to sound like someone else. We got enough imitations out there, but there's only one you. Show up as yourself. Number 2, share a personal quirk or a habit that makes you relatable. So for me, my personal quirk or a habit that makes me relatable is I always start these series with a music lyric because I'm a passionate musician, period. That is who I am, full stop. If someone says, oh, who is Takenya? Part of what that answer will be is she is an amazing musician. So I like to start my lives with a lyric because that's how I connect most easiest with music. Music is that's my muse. That is my vehicle. That is the thing that I use to connect with other people. You can also highlight your passion and let that excitement shine through. So here's your action step. Here's your do it right now thing. Write down one thing about your personality that you can emphasize in your next speech or presentation. Is it your sense of humor? Maybe you tell dad jokes. Is it your curiosity? Or is it your ability to tell great stories? I want you to think of what that one thing is about yourself, your personality traits, or a habit that you have that makes you more relatable. You can share it in the chat, or again, you can keep it to yourself. But it's a reminder to let your personality shine. So today we explored the power of authenticity and how it connects you to your audience. And I want to take a moment to reflect. What is one key takeaway that you'll apply to your speaking? How will you incorporate your authentic voice in your next presentation? Let me know. This is interactive. We got to talk to each other. And if you're ready to take your story and delivery to the next level, the Speak Like a Pro bundle is the thing that's going to help you level up. It's going to help you own your voice with confidence. Now, what's included in the Speak Like a Pro bundle? I'm so glad you asked. You get a 10-minute warm-up video to calm your nerves and prepare your voice and get your mind right. You also get my 3-day series, Speak Like a Pro, which is packed with strategies to help you master power, reach, and opportunity through your voice. You'll also get today's replay so you can revisit what we covered anytime. Now, here are my final words because I'm getting ready to wrap it up. You can grab your bundle. I'll drop the link below after this video posts. Jasmine Sullivan reminds us that every part of me is beautiful, and I finally see I'm a work of art, a masterpiece. Your voice is your power. Your story is your connection, and your authenticity is the bridge to transformation for you and for your audience. So let me leave you with this affirmation. My voice is powerful. My story matters. My message connects. Tomorrow, we'll dive into creating meaningful connections and turning your voice into a tool for opportunity. Let's amplify your voice together. Your next audience is waiting.